Hi everybody and welcome into the Cougar Cage for men's college basketball action in the 3C2A. The Santa Monica Corsairs in town to take on the College of the Canyons Cougars. I'm Matt Robinson. Happy to have you along as always here on the Cougar Sports Network as just a single game here today as the Cougars trying to put together a nice little winning streak. Have won their last 2 games. Coming off a 4-game losing streak before that, so a little streaky as of late has been COC, but you pick up 2 wins, you're still in the hunt for a top 3 spot in the conference. As of now in the Western States Conference, it's pretty much West LA and Citrus battling for the top spot. Both of those teams with 7 wins so far this year. West LA just a half game above Citrus at 7-0, while Citrus is 7-1. But as for COC, still can chase down Bakersfield, 3-5 on the year. Santa Monica 3-4 on the year. Bakersfield 3-3 on the year. So those 3 teams within a half game or a game of one another as the standings would sit. So the Cougars, as we said, trying to put together their second 3-game winning streak of the year, beat Antelope Valley and LA Valley out on the road. A game here against Santa Monica today. They'll have LA Valley coming in on Saturday. That'll be a doubleheader men's and women's basketball action. But for now, the Cougars trying to pick up that 3rd straight win. And they'll have their typical starting lineup in there today. Andrew Henderson, Jimmy Galgano, Dylan Barrientos, Corwin Smith, and Dylan Griffin going to get the start for the Cougars. For Santa Monica, Anthony Jaramillo, Shanti Clay, Quinn Collins, Alex Villi, and Maxwell Moses will get the start. As Santa Monica wins the opening tip and quickly up the floor, an easy lay-in for Villi. As it was a tip ahead and a quick bucket for the Corsairs. So a 2-0 lead underway just a couple of seconds in. It was Jaramillo that was able to throw it ahead after the tip was won. Griffin now to Smith. Up top to Henderson, the leading scorer for the Cougars this year. He'll get it over to Galgano, who's put together a nice little run over the last 10 games or so. He's been very good as of late. It's just Henderson with 6 to shoot. Step back jumper from about 16, no good. Rebound pulled down by Villi. Outlet ahead, trying to find Moses. He had his shot partially blocked by Henderson. Couldn't put it down, and the Cougars will go back the other way. So Santa Monica wants to play with a little bit of pace. COC has had their ups and downs as there's Galgano with a bucket to tie the game at 2. As we said, Galgano's had a nice little run over the last 10 games or so. COC has had their ups and downs this year, kind of traded wins and losses before that 4-game losing streak. Over their last 10, they're just 4-6, but again, starting to get a little bit better here lately as they've won their last 2 in pretty good fashion. The AVC game was a tight one, 85-83. LA Valley, they pretty much swarmed the Monarchs from start to finish as Galgano, little runner, no good as he got too deep into the baseline. Back the other way comes Santa Monica. The Corsairs in their black uniforms moving to our right with some dark blue numbers. Tough to read for us up here, so we'll do our best. As a jumper from the corner, no good. Henderson pulls down the board as the Cougars back the other way in their white uniforms with yellow and blue trim down the sides. As here's Barrientos over to Dylan Griffin. Now to Henderson. Deep two-pointer is good. Hit it from about 20. Three is from about 22 feet as Henderson has his first bucket of the day. And the Cougars find themselves in the lead for the first time at 4-2. Three-pointer, good. Nice shot from Clay off the near side. And Santa Monica with a 5-1 lead and a timeout called by Coach Howard Fisher. Will take our first break. 5-4 Santa Monica, 17:47 to go here in the first half, just underway from the Cougar cage.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Welcome back inside the Cougar cage as we go back to work. A 5-4 Santa Monica lead as Galgano, a jumper is good right out of the break. Makes it 6-5 in favor of the Cougars. Galgano, as he said, over his last 10 games or so has really started to pick it up. 10 points in 4 of his last 5. Snapped a 4-game streak under 10 against LA Valley College, but was contributing throughout, whether it be offensively or defensively. And as we said, has been kind of just become a nice little third option as a foul on Corwin Smith. And Moses at the line. Shooting foul shots, Moses this year, 64%. Splits the pair, the game tied at 6. So the Cougars will go back to work on offense. Galgano with it will get it over to Barrientos. Dribbles into the painted area. Jumper from the foul line is good. Nice shot from Barrientos. Six all here in the first half. Corwin Smith, little jumper from the elbow, rattled around, didn't fall. Rebound pulled down by Moses, and he'll dribble it up the floor back the other way. Right into the paint, attacks the basket, left-handed scoop shot, good. Moses on the board with another bucket from the field, and the game is tied at 8 all. 6:15 just about to go here in this first half. Here's Andrew Henderson, leading scorer for the Cougars, over to Galgano, who will dribble into the paint. Wanted to get it to Corwin Smith, stops up, instead decides to put it in, and Galgano with 6 already, as we talked about, has been picking it up quite as of late. Had 23 points against Santa Monica last time out. So something about the Corsairs has Jimmy Galgano going to work. That was his season high on the years. A 3-pointer from the near side, no good from Jaramillo. Rebound pulled down by Corwin Smith, and gets it to Andrew Henderson, who will sprint it ahead. Anderson drives right into the paint, goes behind his own back, and he's going to be called for a double dribble. And it'll be Santa Monica basketball. The substitutions, King Miller going to come in. And for Santa Monica, Eli DeGrain. Henderson will pull down the board off the miss by Clay. Henderson this year almost averaging a double-double for COC. 18 points, almost 19 actually, just a tenth of a point away from 19 points per game and 9 rebounds. He's got 5 double-doubles this year, one of the top players in the state, both offensively and on the boards. As a jumper from deep by Griffin didn't go, but a full reset for the Cougars as a rebound by Corwin Smith on the inside. Griffin over to Barrientos this time. Little shoulder shake, stutter step, gets it to King Miller. Miller will go right to the basket and lays it home. Nice to have King Miller back. He missed 5 previous games before playing in each of the last 3. Had 20 or more minutes in each of the last 3 games. Certainly trying to work back in to the lineup as he was a nice option for a while for the Cougars. Missed a bit of time. So here's Santa Monica. 9 to shoot for the Corsairs. They'll send it near side. Jaramillo, 3-pointer from the wing, rattles out. Rebound pulled down by Barrientos. Outlet pass ahead to Corwin Smith. He wants to drive to the basket, throws it up, draws a foul. He'll go to the line. So Smith this year, 77% from the foul line. Makes the first. Cougars with a 13-8 lead. Dylan Griffin coming out. Caden Arnold coming in. Isaiah Conlon waiting to check in as well. Smith misses the second. Rebound was pulled down by Collins. And here comes Clay. Up ahead. Clay this year only averaging 6.7 in just over 13 minutes as Jaramillo's 3 is good. Anthony Jaramillo this year 10.5 points per game. Shoots 39% from 3. He's had a tough start here early on. That was his first 3 of the game. But he gets it back to a 2-point game as Barrientos drives, couldn't get it to fall. Smith couldn't pull down the rebound as Jaramillo able to fight out of the trouble, sends it ahead. DeGreat will drive, dumps it inside, then that one goes off of a Cougar foot as Moses was trying to make a bounce pass and could not. Smith gonna check out. Zion Caston coming in for COC. 13-11, 13:42 to go here in the first half. Not even halfway through if you're just joining us. Here on the Cougar Sports Network, only game here today. As Moses, a nice little spin move, goes with the right hand and gets it to fall. Actually, that was Quinn Collins. With the bucket, the game now tied at 13 as here's Andrew Henderson for COC. To the foul line to Caden Arnold, kicks it back Barrientos. He'll put up a 3, too strong. Rebound, inside position for Collins as he rips down the board. DeGreat running it ahead, right to the paint. Tried to throw it to the outside. Jaramillo catches, puts up a 3 as he was falling to the side. Didn't get it to fall, but Collins able to pull down the rebound. They say a jump ball, possession arrow COC. The Cougars will go back to work. Howard Fisher in his 22nd season as the head coach of the COC Cougars, 11-9 this year, 3-5 in conference play. They're 6-2 though here at the Cougar cage. So reset, we'll do it again. Joshua Thomas, the head coach of the Corsairs in his 3rd season, has the Santa Monica City College at 9-12 on the year, 3-4 on the road, or in the conference, and 2-5 on the road. Arnold with the basketball. Deep jumper from about 20 is good. Nice shot with the left hand from Caden Arnold. His first bucket of the day, and the Cougars back with a 2-point lead. Jaramillo worked with the basketball. Wanted to get it inside to Collins. Back to Jaramillo. Drives baseline. Tried to throw it along the baseline. Stolen by Henderson. He'll go back the other way. All the way with a head of steam. High dribble. Didn't get it to fall as he tried to lay it in with the left hand. Pulled down by DeGreat. He's fouled trying to run back up the floor as he would have had a breakaway. So a smart foul, I believe, that time by King Miller to make sure it wasn't an easy basket for Santa Monica. It's 12:31 to go here in the first half. 15-13 COC. Each team with a couple of fouls. here's Clay, will get it ahead. Moses, and they'll work it around. Back to DeGreat, guarded by Conlon. Now Jaramillo, back to DeGreat, three-pointer. Good, nice shot. Santa Monica will take the lead. Good rhythm shot from Clay actually off that far side. I'm sorry, I'm struggling with the numbers. Santa Monica in those black uniforms with blue numbers, it's very hard to read. So we'll do our best as the game goes on, but Clay with a three-pointer. He now has 6. Miller inside. Henderson tried to go up, and he's fouled by Moses, and we'll get to the line. Cougars this year have done a really good job at getting to the line. 23.5 free throws per game. It's 5th best in the state of California. They make 16.4, which is 3rd best. The team only shoots about 70%, but when you're making 16 free throws a game, it's pretty good numbers. It's ticked down a little bit in conference play, 14.8 per, as Henderson will shoot the first to knock it down. Henderson a 73% foul shooter this year. It's one of the many positives to the Cougars game this year on the offensive side. They don't shoot the 3 ball very well, so when you can get to the line, it helps kind of close that gap down a little bit. They've done a good job on the boards as well. Part of that due to Andrew Henderson. Cougars right now, offensive rebounds per game, 13th in the state of California, averaging about 13.5. Clay trying to make a bounce pass, was looking for Collins, who wasn't ready for it. And it's a turnover on Santa Monica. COC basketball is Caden Arnold will work it ahead for COC across the timeline. And we'll send it to the near side to Galgano, who leads the way for COC with 6 so far here early on. Now to Arnold. Arnold will put it on the floor, gets it to King Miller, and Miller going to be called for a double dribble. As he went up, wanted to take a shot, saw a hand in his face, and then was kind of in a bad spot and just decided to bounce it off the floor rather than make a bad shot and let the Cougars get set on the defensive side. Miller going to come out. Smith going to come back in. Conlon going to direct traffic on where he wants Smith to go. The Cougars will go ahead in a zone with Caden Arnold as the high man. Moses out beyond the three-point line. They'll swing to the far side. Deep jumper from about 18 is good. Off that far side from Toby. He's got his first bucket of the day. So Arnold to the basket will lay it home. And the Cougars will take a 19-18 lead. So trading leads back and forward off each side. Santa Monica with a bucket off the other side for the Corsairs, and they take the lead right back. Smith able to pick it up in the corner. We'll send it to Arnold. Over to Conlon. He'll put up a three-pointer. No good. A little flat. Easy rebound for Moses as the Cougars were kind of cruising through the paint. Nobody really got into box out. Santa Monica to try and push their lead here. Clay, 3 from straight away. No good. Moses able to tip the rebound to himself. Wants to dump it off inside. Toby able to keep control of it. Puts it up with the right hand. No good, but Moses tip rebound back in. And it's a 3-point lead for Santa Monica at 22-19. Clay leading the way with 6 for the Corsairs. The Cougars, Galgano with 6. Here's Henderson, who's got 4, goes right to the basket as he had the mismatch down low against Clay. And that's a matchup the Cougars will take all day long. As Henderson at 6'4", and he's very powerful on the inside. Clay just 5'11". As a three-pointer from Clay, good. And it pushes the lead up to 4, the largest of the night so far for Santa Monica. Corsairs has started to pick it up from 3. Now 4 of 10 from beyond as Arnold drives, had it blocked from behind. Back Toby. Be Cougar basketball. Henderson, Galgano going to both get a break here. There's 9:10 to go, halfway through this first half. And a pretty good pace to the basketball game so far. Not a lot of fouls, just 2 on each side. As Barrientos needs to get it in. dump it off to Arnold. Arnold will work it towards the middle. Barrientos will drive, lays it up with the right hand, or the left hand, excuse me, and gets it to fall. That's what Barrientos brings to the floor for COC. Just his second bucket of the ball game. He's now got 4. But a guy that can kind of slash, does a good job dishing the basketball as well, as he really sets up a lot of the Cougar offense as he runs the point. Stepping on the baseline was Villi. It'll be Cougar basketball as he got the rebound, was on the baseline, never reestablished himself. Cougars gonna go to work on the offensive side. Griffin will get it to Arnold. Conlon now on the near side wing. Wanted to dump it inside. Corwin Smith wasn't ready. Arnold had to go over and save it. Did. Got it to Barrientos. He drives it to the glass, lays it in. Back-to-back buckets for Dylan Barrientos. He's now got 6, and the Cougars have tied the game at 25. Interesting over at the Cougar bench. Looks like Andrew Henderson going to get worked on a little bit, maybe having some trouble with a knee or an ankle. Like trainer Sarah Ursum going to be over there to help him out. I can see her in her bag digging around as a steal from Griffin. Ahead to Conlon, back to Griffin. One bounce off the floor, goes right to the basket, lays it home. The Cougars with a 27-25 lead. Timeout on the floor by Santa Monica. We'll take the break as well. 7:57 to go here in the first half.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
COC in front, 27-25. As we continue on in first half action, men's basketball in the 3C2A. As a conference battle in the Western States South Conference between Santa Monica and COC. Cougars' upcoming schedule to play at home again on Saturday against LA Valley, a doubleheader, men's and women's basketball, 3 and 5 p.m. The men will go first, the women will go second. And then at home against Glendale and Citrus on the 9th and the 12th before heading out on the road for one against West LA and finishing out their season against Bakersfield on February 18th here at the Cougar Cage. Santa Monica with the basketball, the three-pointer knocked down. Good shot. Eli DeGreat knocks it down just about straight away. And Santa Monica with a 1-point lead at 28-27 as we trade leads back and forward. It's been a tight one so far. Here's Smith over to Arnold, now to Barrientos, wants to dump it to Griffin on the near side wing. Inside, Corwin Smith works to the basket, throws it up with the right hand, didn't get it to go as he was challenged by Collins. Maybe thought he got fouled. Back the other way comes Santa Monica. And a bucket for DeGreat as he was able to get around Arnold, and it's back to a 3-point Corsairs lead. It's Barrientos stops and pops from the elbow, no good, too strong. Early shot clock jumper contested from Barrientos. Maybe not what Howard Fisher wants, but still early in the ball game. Cougars trying to work through a little bit here as they trail by 3. Billy will put it on the floor, has it stolen by Caden Arnold. Probably should have gotten called for a foul as he grabbed Arnold after Arnold took the ball, and then Arnold just turns it over. Jaramillo back the other way, right to the basket, around Barrientos. No good, but the tip there for Collins. And a 5-point lead for Santa Monica. Griffin to the basket and gets it to go. Nice little move from Dylan Griffin as he went with the high bounce, was able to skip underneath a couple of defenders and put it home with the right hand. The Cougars break a little 5-0 run. Deep 3 from Clay, no good. That was almost Steph Curry range trying to shoot it from. Cougars nearly turn it over. And then Barrientos trying to dump it off on to Corwin Smith on the inside, had it poked out by Billy. Here's Barrientos to get it in. Cougars get Henderson back in the game. Spins into the paint, puts it off the window and gets it to fall. That's where Henderson's very dangerous, very athletic, very strong, so he's tough to get off the basketball in the painted area and has the ability to put up jump shots. So a tough guy to defend. So the Cougars back within 1. Jumper from 18, short from DeGrate. Henderson tips the rebound to himself, wants to run the fast break back the other way. Instead, we'll dump it off to Barrientos. He'll put up a 3, and he got it. Three-pointer for Barrientos, just the 3rd three-point attempt for the Cougars. First one made, and COC with a 2-point lead at 34-32. Toby, jumper from 18, ties it up at 34. That's a nice shot and rhythm from the big man. Daniel Toby at 6'9" out of Fairfax, Virginia. Coming off the bench here today for Joshua Thomas. As here's King Miller, and he draws a foul. Toby just a little bit too much body contact, and Miller really made the contact more than Toby did, but he was able to draw it as he was going up. So King Miller ahead to the line. Miller is 62.5% foul shooter this year. Talked about Miller. He'd missed 5 games. This is his 4th in a row. Missed the previous 5. Early on in the year, he was a big part of the Cougars' rotation. At 16 points against Santa Barbara, that was his season high. 5 games with 10 or more points, but as we said, missed a little bit of time as he splits the free throws, and the Cougars with a 35-34 lead. COC out in a full court press here. Santa Monica able to break it. DeGrate gonna draw a foul as he little Euro step into the paint. We'll go to the line. DeGrate shoots 80% from the line this year. He's been pretty good off the bench this year, has Eli DeGrate. Almost 10 points a game. 3 rebounds, couple of assists. 12 times this year he's had 10 or more points. He does have a double-double, had a double-double against Glendale, where he picked up 10 rebounds, 20 points. For the Corsairs as he makes a pair of free throws. He's got 9, so close to double figures, both he and Clay with 9 for Santa Monica. So here's Barrientos, who has 9 for the Cougars. Didn't get the three-pointer from the near side to fall. Santa Monica wants to run it back the other way, but Henderson with a steal. And he's going to be called for a carry as the bounce just came up over his head. But an athletic play from Henderson nonetheless to take away an easy bucket for Toby. Turns it over, and Williams will inbound it here for Santa Monica. Did great straight away, wanted to slash into the paint, now finds himself guarded by Henderson. They'll work it around, down low to Collins. Cougars go down to double, and they actually tripled Collins. Allow Santa Monica to get out of a little bit of trouble. So they'll work back on the offensive side. Birch wants to drive, will send it near side. Williams, little foul line jumper, no good. Smith with an easy rebound, outlet ahead to Barrientos. Barrientos wants to attack the basket, lays it up, and it's going to be a goaltend called on Toby as the ball was coming down to the cylinder. So Barrientos now with 11. The Cougars back with a 37-36 lead. This one wide open. Last time these two teams played, Santa Monica with a 79-70 win at their place against COC. They outscored the Cougars 51-38 in the second half of that game. And really, Santa Monica had a lights-out shooting performance, shot 50% from the field, 30 of 60 from the floor. And they made 41% of their threes, had 10 three-pointers made. Now, the Cougars had 10 three-pointers made in that game too, but when the other team shoots 60% and you only shoot 31% from the floor, it's gonna make it tough to get a win. Henderson right to the paint, kind of got himself into a no man's land underneath the basket, just threw it away. Santa Monica back the other way. Birch drives, little floater, no. It's a hit off the back of the iron. Williams able to pull down the long rebound. His little floater didn't fall, but Toby on the inside able to tip it home, and Santa Monica back out in front by a point. Toby off the bench with 6 so far. Here's Conlon. Turnaround jumper is good, and the foul. Conlon with a nice little play. You can get plays like that out of Isaiah Conlon, who's been really good defensively. That's kind of where he's made his mark on the team. Or excuse me, it was Zion Caston, sorry, not Isaiah Conlon. Zion Caston has really made his mark defensively for the Cougars this year. He's only had 10 or more points one time. He's been off the bench in the last 4 games after he started the previous 4, but get offensive positioning and offensive output from Zion Caston like that, it bodes well for COC as he knocks it down and makes the foul shot. The Cougars back in the lead, 39-38. Jumper from Jaramillo is good. And actually it's 40 all now as the scoreboard ticks on. So we're just waiting on the scoreboard to catch back up. I was going to say, I thought we were a point light. So 40 all here, 2:20 to go in the first half. Conlon with the basketball will send it over to Galgano. Now to King Miller, wants to drive, sends it down low. Off of Zion Caston and out. I think kind of caught Caston off guard, might have been tipped by Moses, so a turnover on COC. Fifth turnover of the ball game on the Cougars. 5 aside so far here early on as Jaramillo, deep 3, good. I think if you're COC, you may want to mark him as he knocks it down. It's his second 3 of the ball game. He's now got 8. Galgano wanting to work into the paint, thought about a step back jumper, got a man in the air, took a long one, didn't get it to fall. Barrientos able to come away with the rebound. He'll put up a 16-footer from the corner, knocks it down. It's a 1-point game. Barrientos hot here early on, 6 of 10 from the floor, 13 points to lead the Cougars. Jaramillo, another 3, a little heat check from him as he knocks down back-to-back 3s. And it's a 4-point lead. Jaramillo now with 11. So that one went out of play over the backboard. Anthony Jaramillo, red hot here early on or late in this first half, I should say, for Santa Monica. Now 3 of 6 from beyond for 11 points to lead the Corsairs as they have a 4-point lead. 65 seconds to go here in the first half. Jaramillo again, can he make it 3 for 3? Yes, he can. All of a sudden, it's a 7-point Corsair lead. Here's Henderson into the paint, drive, score it, and the foul as he'll head to the line. Was fouled by Clay. And again, that's the matchup COC would like. Is Henderson tough to handle even for the big boys? Gets it back to a 4-point game with 49 seconds to go here in the first half. Another 3 no good that time from Jaramillo, and then he fouls Caden Arnold. 6 foul on Santa Monica. It's been a low foul game, just 9 total. 6 on Santa Monica, 3 on the Cougars. Letting them play here in the first half. 21 seconds to go. About a half a second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. The Cougars look like they'll play for the last shot regardless. As here's Smith over to Barrientos. Inside, Henderson throws it off the glass, falling away, didn't get it to go. 3 for Santa Monica here as they throw it ahead. Clay will put up a deep 3, and he knocked it down at the buzzer. As the defensive breakdown from the Cougars late, Santa Monica knocks down a 3 And they will take a 7-point lead into the break as we'll take a timeout here on the Cougar Sports Network. 52-45, Santa Monica leading the Cougars.
The new media journalism program focuses on hands-on training for up-and-coming multimedia journalists.
We do shows every 2 weeks, and students put together their own stories. They go out and shoot them, they do the voiceover, they edit them together. It's a really, really cool hands-on experience.
If you want to dive right into the world of journalism, this is the only place to do it.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above. At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
I love emergency medicine. You're there at these people's worst time of their life, and you're there to make it a little bit better.
The EMT program at COC is a one-semester program. Over the course of it, the EMT students will learn the textbook knowledge they need, practical hands-on skills that they're going to need working out on an ambulance or in a hospital or whatever setting they decide to work.
People are constantly hiring. There's always a need for first responders. When I graduated from this program, I got a job within a month.
Halftime here from the Cougar cage. Santa Monica with a 52-45 lead over COC. As we take a look at some of the first half numbers. For Santa Monica, pretty solid first half from Anthony Jaramillo. 14 points, 4 of 8 from 3-point. 5 of 10 from the floor with a rebound and 2 assists as he was red hot. Had at one point 3 threes in a row to push the lead. Got a late 3 from Shanti Clay Jr. at the end. He's 4 for 6 from downtown for 12 points today. All of his buckets have been 3-pointers. And then DeGreat with 9, the only other one near double figures. That's seeing a lot for Santa Monica as their leading scorer, Alex Bailey, who averages almost 14 points a game. He has only had 1 bucket today, just 1 of 4 from the floor. Really hasn't had a chance to run against COC, but getting output from Jaramillo, who averages almost 11 a game, and Clay, who averages just 7 a game. So nice for them to pick that up. For the Cougars, Barrientos with 13, 1 of 3 from 3, 6 of 10 from the floor. Henderson 4 of 8, already with 11 points, 3 rebounds and an assist as well. And then Galgano, who was red hot to start, has cooled off just 6 points, the only other Cougar getting close to double figures. As we look at the team numbers from the first half, Santa Monica, again, we talked about the first meeting between these two teams. They shot 50% from the floor. Today, shooting 54% from the field, 20 of 37, 9 of 17 from 3, which is 53%. That's well above what they were in that last game, showing certainly why they are one of the best three-point shooting teams in the state of California. They average about 10 threes a game. They take about 26 a game, so they like to put up a lot of threes. And you compare that to COC, who's 19 of 35, 54% from the floor, which is pretty good for the Cougars, but just 1 of 4 from downtown. 6 of 8 from the foul line, so they are getting to the line, as the Cougars have to do during the year. Just, it's tough to trade threes for twos all game long. At some point, you wonder if the Cougars will start to try and pick up the three-point shooting. On the boards, it's been Santa Monica in control, 19 to 15, but it's pretty even down the line when you look. Assists 11 to 10 in favor of the Cougars. Cougars with a block and 4 steals. Santa Monica just 1. 7 points off turnovers for the Corsairs to just 2 for COC. It's been an interesting first half. We'll step aside for a little bit longer. Second half action in about 6.5 minutes. Come back for that. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back into College of the Canyons Cougar Cage as we get ready for second half action. Santa Monica will start with the basketball moving to our left and a 7-point lead here in the first half as the Corsairs will work it into the front court. Cougars back the other way as they get a steal. Griffin to the basket, tried to lay it home, couldn't get it to. Foul down, or a ball out of play down low off of COC. So the Santa Monica basketballs were just underway. Corsairs get a bucket right out of the inbound play and have pushed the lead to 9, largest of the afternoon. As here's Barrientos with the basketball for COC, trying to go to work, get the Cougars back on the offensive side. Griffin got knocked down. Howard Fisher thought that should have been a foul as he kind of threw his hands up. Doesn't matter, Barrientos drives right to the basket, lays it home. And the Cougars get on the board here in the second half. Remember, last time these two teams played, Santa Monica with a huge second half had 51 points. Took a 9-point win. As Moses, surprised he was not called for a foul there. It's just out off of Moses. As he and Henderson went up for the basketball, and Moses went right over the top of Andrew Henderson. It actually got Howard Fisher to sit down. He's just shaking his head. So that's a couple of plays that he thought should have been fouls, were tough contacts, knocking a couple of the Cougars down. We play on. Barrientos, bounce pass picked off by Jaramillo. DeGreat runs the basket, and he's fouled by Barrientos, and that got everybody on the COC bench up. After the two plays that saw Henderson and Griffin go down, and then Barrientos gets called for a foul on what looked like a pretty clean jump from Barrientos, went straight up, had the hands straight up. DeGreat will go to the line and make the first. DeGreat makes both. Lead back to 9. Barrientos trying to get loose. Guarded tightly by DeGreat. Into the paint. Kicks it out to Henderson. Little jab step as he wants to back everybody off. One-on-one with Moses here. Will drive baseline. Crossover dribble between his legs. Back to Barrientos. Wanted to get it back to Henderson, but Barrientos was fouled. Moses is going to come out. Toby will come back in. Moses has 2 fouls. Nobody really in foul trouble as it was a low foul first half, just 9 total. It's the pass into King Miller off his shin and out. Santa Monica can push it to a double-digit lead for the first time today. They want to get it inside to Toby. Smith got a hand on it. Jaramillo able to punch it away from all the white jerseys in the painted area. Now we'll back things off. Wants to work on the offensive side. One-on-one with Griffin. Dribbling around him, we'll send it over towards Clay. Clay had it poked away for a second by Barrientos. Got it inside. Little turnaround jumper from Collins. Had it blocked by Henderson. The Cougars back the other way, 4-on-3, but they'll slow it down. Barrientos bounce pass inside. Smith. Easy bucket for Corwin Smith. That's what you need if you're COC. Got to just try and chip away. Trailing by 7 here early on in the second half. Just about 2.5 minutes in. Toby, deep two-pointer from about 18, tried to kiss it off the glass, rattled in and out. Rebound to Henderson, will run back the other way. Henderson will back off, little isolation for the Cougars' leading scorer. Instead, he'll dump it off to Barrientos, who will work on the offensive side. Here's Griffin now, guarded by Jaramillo. It's to Henderson, off the screen, jumper from the elbow. Got it to rattle home, hit the front of the rim, little soft touch, falls in. Back-to-back buckets for the Cougars, a 4-0 run. They've got it back within 5. To Great. Actually, this is Clay. I'll drop it to DeGreat. Over to Jaramillo. Guarded tightly by Griffin, had it poked out by Griffin. Stays right with him as Jaramillo step back 3 from the corner, no good. Rebound King Miller. Ooh, wanted to outlet it, almost traveled, was able to get it towards Henderson. Henderson wants to run right to the basket. Now we'll kick it back, 3-pointer straight away. King Miller, good! The Cougars back within 2 as Miller knocks down the 3. Just the second 3-pointer of the ball game for the Cougars. Timeout called by Santa Monica, 30-second timeout. We'll take the break, 16-12 to go here in the second half. 56-54.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
56-54, Santa Monica in the lead. Sure is nice having King Miller back in the lineup for COC. Another guy that can shoot the 3 ball. Only shoots about 30% from 3, but it's another body that has the ability to knock down 3s in bunches. As you look at COC this year, not a very good 3-point shooting team, just making 6.5 per game, only shooting about 30%, which is 83rd in the state. But when you got guys like King Miller, Jimmy Galgano, who really is the 3-point shooter for the Cougars, shoots 42.5% from 3. When those two start to get going, takes the pressure off of Dylan Barrientos and Andrew Henderson. Now that helps things out. Octobia is going to take a 3-pointer. That's too strong. Off the back of the iron, rebound to Barrientos. The Cougars can try and tie the game here. As Miller thought about it from the corner. Now we'll put it on the floor, dumps it inside. Griffin, now we'll kick it over. Henderson 3-pointer from the far side is good. Back-to-back 3s for the Cougars, and they have a 57-56 lead. All of a sudden, the 3-ball opening up for COC. Back-to-back 3s, only had 1 in the first half, have 2 here in the second, and have a 1-point lead. Deep jumper to Great, no good. Rebound battled for Toby. Gonna be out of bounds as he stepped on the baseline and grabbed the basketball. Villi will check back in. Jaramillo, who's been the 3-pointer for Santa Monica here today, gonna check out. Both he and Clay today with 4 3-balls. But the Cougars with a 57-56 lead. Here's Henderson near side, up to King Miller. Miller will put up a wing 3, missed it, as it was short on the near side. Toby with the rebound will send it ahead to Villi. He wants to spin inside. Collins to the baseline. Fouled and the bucket. It's Quinn Collins, the center out of Redondo Union High School. Just a freshman. Finds himself in double figures for the 9th time this year. As he makes that, he's got 11 on the game, and Santa Monica with a 2-point lead once again. There's Arnold into the game. Back to Henderson, 3-pointer straight away, short. Rebound pulled down by Clay, sends it ahead. Collins, little touch pass. DeGrade under the basket, didn't get it to fall, but he's going to go to the line. Foul's going to be against Henderson. This is first, third foul on the Cougars here in the second half. DeGrate's now got 12 as he knocks down the first. Collins actually only has 9, so correct our horrible math. Foul going to be on Corwin Smith off the rebound on the miss. And October were tied up. Say it's against Smith. Kind of felt like it was just a tie up with the basketball, but goes against COC. So Santa Monica gets a reset here and a chance to go to work. Clay inside, Collins back out to Clay. Clay will drive, wanted to throw it up for October, but he wasn't leaping. Falls right into the hands of Griffin. Griffin ahead, Miller to the basket, easy lay-in. Good pass from Dylan Griffin. Finds an open streaking King Miller on the backside cut, and the Cougars back within 1. 14-15 to go here in the ball game. 60-59, been back and forward between these two sides. Rhythm 3, short from Clay. Rebound Arnold. He'll run it out of trouble. And a late whistle for a foul against Villi running up the floor. That one might have been just to appease Howard Fisher, who threw his hands up as Arnold was running up the floor, thought he was getting tied up by Villi. Took an extra second after they separated to get the whistle. And that actually frustrated Villi, who threw his hands up afterwards. So I guess if you're making everybody mad, you're doing something right as an official. At least that was my philosophy back when I used to do hockey games, but that was a while ago. So we go back to work here in the basketball game. Henderson, step back 3 from the corner, rattled in and out. Rebound to Conlon though. Got it right back to Henderson, who drives, and he's fouled underneath the basket. Foul's gonna be against Eli DeGrate. It's gonna be a shooting foul, so it'll send Henderson back to the line. It was a good rebound from Isaiah Conlon that time. Pardon me, Quincy Arms that time on the rebound. Get my numbers right here. Apparently I can't see today. Henderson makes the first. Second is good. The Cougars back with a 1-point lead, 61-60. Here's Clay over to Octobi on the near side. Now to Collins. Back on the far side to Clay. Now to DeGrate, who drives, dumps it off to Collins. Back underneath the basket to DeGrate. To Octobi, who's doubled by a couple of Cougars. 9 to shoot. And a good jump shot from Clay that time. Somehow Octobi got himself out of trouble, got it to Clay, who was falling away, and put it in. So a 62-61 Corsair lead. So there's Cade Arnold. King Miller on the near side, thought about it. Drives, gets it to Corwin Smith at the elbow. Extra pass, corner 3. Arnold, good! Good extra pass by Quincy Arms that time to free up Cade Arnold. And the Cougars with a 2-point lead. From DeGrate. I think it just slipped out of his hand more than anything. Or he thought that there was going to be somebody in the corner. Maybe thought Villi was going to be in the corner, but it's a turnover on Santa Monica. Cougars will go back to work with a 2-point lead. Jaramillo checked back into the game. Arms to Henderson. At the block extended on the far side, working against DeGrate. Just backs him down, puts it off the glass. Easy bucket for Andrew Henderson. They don't come much easier for him than that. He's got 20 in the game. Leads all scorers on the floor, and the Cougars with a 4-point lead. Collins wants to drive. Caught Corwin Smith sleeping, put it on the floor, went right to the basket, laid it home. Cougars back the other way on a fast break. Henderson fouled. That was all DeGrate could do to make sure Henderson couldn't lay that one in, as he was behind the defense on the outlet play. And we'll go back to the line. It's going to be the third on DeGrate. And a timeout going to be called. We'll take a break as well. 62 or 66-64, 2-point lead for.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Two-point lead for COC. Foul shots for Andrew Henderson when we come back. Just waiting for the timeout to tick down here. So it'll be Henderson at the line. Has already made 5 foul shots today. Trying to get to 22 points potentially. Misses the first, so broadcaster jinx in full effect. Henderson's at season high this year, 27 against Ventura. This is his 18th game in double figures this year. 13th straight with 10 or more points and 4 or more rebounds. He's got 21 and 4 today. It's a 3-point lead for COC, 67-64. Clay trying to drive, he's fouled by Arms. Just the 4th foul on COC. Has been quiet so far in the second half. Had that heat check in the first. Drives, lays it in, score it, and the foul as he got around Caden Arnold, just went right to the basket and laid it home. Jaramillo now with 16, chance to get it to 17, is an 81% foul shooter. Knocks it down, and it's a tie game, 67 all. So here's Arnold with the basketball for COC. In Henderson play catch. Arnold gonna have to get it back to Henderson here. Henderson gonna work against Vili one-on-one, wants to drive, and a foul way out high on a reach by Vili. Gonna be his second. Barriento's gonna come in, take over for Caden Arnold. Actually, he's going to take over for Andrew Henderson, who's going to get a stretch here for a few minutes on the bench. Bounce pass inside to King Miller, who will dribble out of trouble. Arnold calls for some movement. Now Barrientos wanting to drive, kicks it back. King Miller straight away, three-pointer is good. Second three of the ball game for King Miller. He's in double figures now with 11, and the Cougars back with a 3-point lead at 70-67. Clay, bucket, and the foul as he drives. The floater over the top of Arms goes in, and he goes to the line. So it's almost a role reversal. COC usually the team that gets to the foul line a lot. Santa Monica doing that much better than the Cougars are here in the second half, but the Cougars are shooting much better from three than Santa Monica is here in the second half. As the foul shot no good from Clay, who's usually a 70% foul shooter. The Cougars will retain a 1-point lead as Miller drives, draws the foul as he went against Quinn Collins. We'll get to the line. Good thing for the Cougars this year, all 13 of their rostered players freshmen, so potentially you can get everybody back. Everybody should be much more used to one another as Miller makes the first. Could make COC a very dangerous team in the Western States South next season. Obviously still time to go this year as Miller splits the free throws. Do get everybody back. It's a good job by Arnold defensively that time to swat it away before it got in the hands of Vili. Vili will spin it in. Birch into the game. Hasn't had a lot of run today. And off the bench, we'll send it to Clay. Back to Vili, who's been quiet today. Just 2 points as he tries to drive, has it stripped away by Caden Arnold. Outlet pass ahead, Barrientos to the basket, lays it off high, no good. Griffin able to pull down the board, dumps it off to Arnold, and he'll lay it home. Jaramillo went way up to try and block Barrientos. It forced Dylan to change his shot, throw it up high. And Barrientos looking at the official saying, I wasn't fouled on that. But credit Dylan Griffin with the offensive board and the smarts to dump it off to Arnold, who then fouls Clay driving to the basket, got it to lay it in, and he'll go to the line. Boy, Shikante Clay is having a nice effort here in the second half. So he'll make his second trip to the foul line. Last time didn't complete the old-fashioned three-point play. We'll try and do it here, and this time he does, knocks it down. And it's a 1-point Canyons lead, 73-72. Here's Barrientos. Dump it off to Arnold. Arnold driving. Gets away from pressure, but was too strong on the layup. Rebound to Collins, outlet ahead. Clay wanting to drive right to the basket, goes right around King Miller, spun it off the glass, didn't get it to fall, but Collins on the follow-up, an easy bucket. Santa Monica back in the lead, 74-73. Barrientos fouled, running up the floor on a reach. Cougars are going to get Smith and Henderson back in as Arnold and Caston off the floor. And the Cougars shooting 1-1. Santa Monica will do the same thing the rest of the way as both teams in the bonus. Barrientos 71% from the line. Makes the first. Second doesn't rattle home. Griffin able to come up with the rebound for COC. The Cougars will reset here on offense. Henderson working against Jaramillo. Send it to King Miller. Now Barrientos driving, goes right to the basket. He's going to be fouled, will go to the line. Barrientos flashing some speed to the bucket, and he'll shoot two. Foul going to go against Rohan Birch. Next foul will put the Cougars in the plus. It's the first from Barrientos, good. Dylan now with 17. Shanti Clay with 19 for Santa Monica. Anthony Jaramillo with 17. Then Quinn Collins with 13. Eli DeGreat with 12. Henderson leading everybody on the floor with 21 as Barrientos splits the foul shots again. Barrientos with 17, Miller with 12. Those are your scores in double figures. Three-pointer from Vili. Boy, you do not want him to get going here late. He knocks down a three. Santa Monica with a 2-point lead. Cougars throw it ahead to King Miller, and he ties the game up at 77 as he got behind the defense. And we're even at 77 all. For Villi. That was just his second bucket made of the day. He's only taken 5 shots. 1 of 3 from 3. He only has 5 points. Jaramillo, three-pointer short. Smith with inside position against Ektobi, able to pull down the rebound. An outlet to Barrientos. Thought about trying to back off Clay. Instead, will dribble around some pressure. Throws it out high to Henderson. Guarded by Villi. Will walk in against Villi. Step back. Now we'll try and scoop it up towards the basket. He's fouled. Will go to the line. Villi called for the foul again. It's a tough assignment against Henderson. Henderson's already been to the line 7 times. This will be his 8th and his 9th foul shots of the game, as we're tied at 77. It's DeGrate and Moses back into the game. DeGrate coming back in with 3 fouls. Only he and Villi with 3 fouls in the ball game. King Miller comes back off the floor as Galgano, who's had a long run on the bench, will come in here. Henderson makes them both. Cougars with a 2-point lead, 79-77. DeGrate. Get it over to Moses, working against Smith. Takes him off the dribble. Smith, comeback block. Good job by Corwin Smith to stay with him. Henderson now ahead. Dumps it back. Griffin, three-pointer. Yes, it is. Griffin, a 3 is good. His first 3 of the ball game. And the Cougars with a 3-point lead, or excuse me, a 5-point lead, their largest of the night, 82-77. And then an offensive foul going to be called against Maxwell Moses. The Cougars will get the ball back. Starts on the defensive side with a block from Corwin Smith. Finishes on the offensive side with a 3 from Dylan Griffin. A timeout on the floor by COC with 8:02 to go here in the ball game. 5-point COC lead from the Cougar cage.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
(82-77), Canyons in front. 8:02 to go. Cougars will have the basketball out of the timeout. Different Cougars have scored today. Only Quincy Arms and Cameron McRae have touched the floor but have not scored. 7 for Santa Monica today, only Rohan Birch has not scored. It's a 5-point Cougars lead, their largest of the day, as they get Henderson free. Good pass from Dylan Griffin. Set up on the offensive side at first by Barrientos, but then Griffin with his back to the basket, little touch pass. And an easy bucket for Henderson. Deep 3 from Santa Monica, no good. They're able to pull down the rebound, and there's Rohan Birch with his first bucket of the day. Cougars quickly back up the floor. Henderson falling away. The jumper is no good, they say. Say the foul was on the floor. It was not a shooting foul. So Henderson will go to the line. What a play from Henderson, though, to knock it down. It's too bad it won't count, but he'll shoot 2 foul shots here as the Cougars are in the plus. Henderson piling up the points from the line today. He's 8 of 13 from the floor, but he's 9 of 10 from the foul line. Now with 26, this will match his season high should he knock it down. And he does. So Henderson now with 27 has matched his season high. Back against Ventura. And the Cougar lead is now 7. their largest of the night, with 7:23 to go here in the first half, or the second half. Lost in my own head. So here goes Jaramillo. Jumper, short. Trying to put up a three. Smith pulled down the rebound. Outlet to Barrientos. Inside to Henderson, had it poked away. Good read by DeGreat, but stolen away by Barrientos. Easy breakaway lay-in as Santa Monica had run up the floor. It was actually Clay with the steal. Jaramillo came up with the ball, but Henderson just standing there just took it right from it. So a 9-point Canyons lead. Here's DeGreat working against Griffin. Wants to slash to the baseline. Stops and puts up a jumper. No good. Foul going to be against Galgano underneath the basket as they say he pushed Maxwell Moses in the back. And it'll be a 1-and-1 for Santa Monica here. They are in the bonus. So Moses to the line. Violation on Santa Monica. So the foul shot went in, but it does not count, so it'll be COC basketball. Still with a 9-point lead. Smith, bounce pass to Henderson, and Henderson to the line once again. Foul going to be called against Birch. That'll be his third. Henderson making his 12th and 13th trips to the line today. And if he makes one of these two, he'll set a new season high for himself. Misses the first short. Gotta make your foul shots down the stretch. That's the key for COC. Moses going to check out as Collins back in along with Villy here. They brought Rohan Birch off the floor as well. Henderson makes one of two, so he's got 28 now, a season high for Andrew Henderson. And the Cougars with an even 10-point lead. Here's Clay. Send it over to Collins, now to Villy, back to Clay as they work it around the outside. Offensive foul called against Santa Monica. Gonna go against Jaramillo for an illegal screen. So the Cougars can push the lead even further here. 6:05 to go. A 10-point lead at 89-79. Here's Barrientos. Galgano puts it on the floor. Throws it over to Griffin on the near side, who had to make a good athletic play to just catch the basketball. Got it to Smith. Up top, Henderson puts up a 3 with 4 to shoot. No good. Short. Rebound pulled down by DeGreat. He'll run back the other way as Santa Monica wants to go with pace. DeGreat right to the basket. Didn't get it to go, but Villy skying through touches it in. An offensive putback, and for Villy, just his third field goal made of the day. Cougars slowing things down here a little bit. The lead cuts down to 8. Inside Henderson, outside Galgano, three-pointer from the wing, too strong. Villy with the board on the offensive side. As he had inside position against Corwin Smith. This is maybe one of the problems for COC at times this year, is putting teams away when they have the opportunity late. As they start to slow things down, seems as though they get out of rhythm a little bit. Villy will put up a three-pointer. Good. Nice shot from Alex Villy, and you can see why he's the leading scorer for Santa Monica. When he gets a chance to go, he can knock things down. They called it a 2. No, it was a 3. Just a 5-point lead now. Cougars just look a little complacent here on the offensive side. They work it inside to Henderson. Spinning against Jaramillo with 8. Dumps it off Galgano to the basket, and he lays it home. Took a while for COC to get something to develop. Finally they get it there as Jimmy Galgano now with 8 lays it in. Back to a 7-point lead. Jaramillo driving right to the basket, draws the foul from Henderson. It's going to be a block on Andrew Henderson. It'll be just his second, but it'll send Jaramillo to the line. And the next will put Santa Monica in the plus as well. First is good from Anthony Jaramillo. Makes the second as well. Back to a 5-point lead. Jaramillo now with 19. He and Clay leading the way for Santa Monica. Smith from the elbow should have taken the jumper, tried to dump it inside to Henderson instead, and it's a turnover. Henderson wasn't ready for it, but he was wide open under the basket. So chance for Santa Monica to get it back within one possession here as they trail by 5. 3:45 to go in the ball game. DeGreat, Jaramillo. Inside, off the hands of Collins, stolen away by Galgano. 4-on-1 for the Cougars. Galgano with the pass to Barrientos, lays it home. Timeout Cougars, 93-86, Canyons in the lead.
I love emergency medicine. You're there at these people's worst time of their life, and you're there to make it a little bit better.
The EMT program at COC is a one-semester program. Over the course of it, the EMT students will learn the textbook knowledge they need, practical hands-on skills that they're going to need working out on an ambulance or in a hospital or whatever setting they decide to work.
People are constantly hiring. There's always...
Seven-point lead for the Cougars here. Santa Monica with the basketball. The bucket from Barrientos finds himself with 20 points in the ball game for Dylan, this third game this year with 20 or more. His third straight game in double figures. He and Henderson have led the way for COC. Jaramillo, corner 3, short. Rebound pulled down by Eli DeGreat, who's having a solid performance today. Lays it in, goes to the line. Can get it to a 4-point game as DeGreat now with 14. Santa Monica has picked it up on the offensive side, on the offensive rebounds. Now 12 offensive boards for Santa Monica as DeGreat misses the foul shot. Cougars will go back the other way. Santa Monica out-rebounding the Cougars by 1 right now, 32-31, so it's been a pretty even performance on that side. We'd have to look at the second chance points, and I believe Santa Monica is winning that battle easily. Smith couldn't handle the pass from Henderson in traffic. Thrown ahead, Jaramillo. Three-pointer, too strong. Galgano with the rebound. And he'll slow things down as he works it into the front court. Here's Barrientos. Straight away, we'll move it ahead. Trying to slash into the paint. We'll just stop and pop from about 15. Knocks it down. Easy shot for Barrientos. And the Cougars back with a 7-point lead here, 95-88. Billy drives against Henderson. Stops and puts up a jumper. Didn't get it to fall. Galgano tipped the rebound to himself as Galgano now doing it on the boards for COC. Jimmy now with 6 rebounds. Is 2 minutes even to go here in the ball game. 7-point Canyons lead. Smith will catch out high. Now Barrientos. 6 to shoot for COC. Gonna have to do something. Stop, step back, jumper, good at the buzzer. Nice shot from Barrientos. He's now got a season high of 25. Three-pointer on the other side, no good. Collins pulls down the rebound. Cougars just kind of let him have the putback. And a timeout called by Santa Monica. It's a 7-point Canyons lead. It's 87 seconds, excuse me, to go in the game.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
The new media journalism program focuses on hands-on training for up-and-coming multimedia journalists.
We do shows every 2 weeks, and students put together their own stories. They go out and shoot them. They do the voiceover. They edit them together. It's a really, really cool hands-on experience.
If you want to dive right into the world of journalism, this is the only place to do it.
.97-90, Cougars in front. They'll have the basketball out of the break. Not a lot of defense to be had in this one. Both teams' offense is clicking quite well. As the Cougars shooting 61% from the floor, 37 of 60. Santa Monica 34 of 71, 48%. As that one tipped off of a Corsair and out. Santa Monica 11 threes in the ball game to just 6 for the Cougars, but COC has been to the line 24 times and has made 17 as the Corsairs wanting to trap here. Barrientos got trapped up in a timeout called by Howard Fisher with a minute 11 to go. We'll take a break.
COC's Fire Technology program goes beyond putting out fires.
Our goal here is to provide our students with a competitive advantage in the hiring process.
It was life-changing for me, and it's exactly what I want to do. It's exactly where I want to be, and it's outside of my comfort zone, and it will be outside of your comfort zone, but you just got to do it. You just got to go all in and just full send and do it.
Seven-point Canyons lead, 97-90. Canyons will have the basketball with a minute 11 left. And 15 seconds on the shot clock as we reset you here. In this second half, Santa Monica had a 7-point lead at the break. Cougars storming back in this second half with 5 three-pointers. Get it into Smith, and we'll get it to Henderson under the basket. Had it stripped from behind, but then taken away by the Cougars. Galgano will hold it. Back to Griffin, over to Barrientos. And now Santa Monica gonna need to foul, and Billy gonna be called for the foul. And I wanna say, as Henderson got stripped, Galgano may have poked it out from behind of the Corsair player that was trying to run up the floor, and it got it right to Dylan Griffin, who then was able to get it to Galgano, and they were able to work it around to Barrientos, who knocks down the first. Cougars have made 18 foul shots today. That's, again, like we said, been the difference. Santa Monica, only 11 foul shots. They've made 11 threes, though. But you couple 37 field goals with 18 foul shots. 6 threes, and that gives the Cougars a lead as an offensive board by Galgano. Another foul this time will send Henderson to the line. It's an 8-point Cougar lead with 54 seconds left, and Henderson can make it a 10-point lead here if he knocks down 2 free throws. Henderson with the first, now has 29, can get himself to 30, already with a season high today. Didn't get the second one to roll, almost did, almost got a great bounce off the back rim. Corsairs run it ahead, just a wild shot, now foul on Barrientos as Collins grabbed a hold of him. Barrientos will go to the line. It was Clay at time trying to run up the floor and threw up a wild shot, just trying to get anything to fall. Santa Monica knows they're running out of time with a 9-point Canyons lead, 45 seconds left. Barrientos misses the first. Got to make foul shots still. So it's only a 9-point game. Takes the second. Smith going to come off. So the Cougars opt for some perimeter defense here, as they know they have a 10-point lead as the Cougars crest the 100-point mark. As here's Jaramillo. Going to drive right to the basket. Cougars just let him. And a timeout called by Santa Monica. 40.3 left here in the ball game. 8-point Canyons lead. I'm sure right out of the timeout, Santa Monica will look to foul. Both teams, though, in the plus, so foul shots the rest of the way. As we'll take a break. 40.3 left.
The restaurant and hotel business is the second largest industry in the state of California. Opportunities in such a vibrant career are a click away at College of the Canyons.
It teaches you how to work with people, how to motivate people, how to manage people, how to lead people. And those qualities are so in demand in whatever industry we choose to go into.
COC can get you started on a journey into hotel and restaurant management today.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
.192, Canyons in front. And we'll have the basketball on their baseline. Each team with a pair of timeouts left. Sorry, our timeout ticker's still not working on the scoreboard. We're still working to get that fixed with the Key Motion group, Synergy, running our camera today. It's the inbound to Henderson. And they'll tie him up and send him to the line. The Cougars get it into the hand of, I would say, their most consistent foul shooter in Andrew Henderson. And I would say most consistent because he gets to the line more than anybody. Henderson today, with 29 points, has made 8 field goals, 1 to 3, and 12 foul shots. As that's the 5th foul against Alex Villi. And so they will bring in Maxwell Moses. As Villi fouls out, close the book on him, had a tough day. Still got into double figures with 10 points, 4 boards, and an assist as Henderson makes the first, has 30 points in the ball game. Knocks down the second, and the Cougars at 102. Their second highest output of the year is Jaramillo with a three-pointer that's no good. Clay will put up a three-pointer that's short. Arnold pulls down the rebound and runs it ahead. Santa Monica not going to foul. The Cougars going to let the final 18 seconds tick off. COC will take a 102-92 win over Santa Monica, their third in a row. They will try and make it 4 in a row here on Saturday, a 3 o'clock game against LA Valley College, part of a men's and women's doubleheader. Make sure you tune in for that one here on the Cougar Sports Network. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. We'll see you on Saturday, everybody.